Alright, hi everyone, welcome back to Steam Flow. It's been a packed week for Steam and Steam Deck users, and it's only the middle of the week, and I've already got a lot of news I wanted to talk to you about. The first one being that the latest SteamOS update that I covered in my previous news video has broken a lot of Decky plugins. A lot of people are getting black screen when they launch their Steam Decks. Steam itself went offline for about an hour yesterday, among other gaming services like Epic, Xbox, PlayStation, in what seemed to be a malicious attack. In some positive news, this month's Humble Choice bundle has a lot of great games. All of them are either Steam Deck verified or playable, and they run pretty great. We'll talk about them. And finally, DeckSettings, the app that I mentioned a couple of videos ago, has released into full release on Google Play, and we'll talk about that as well. Without further ado, let's get into all of that. Let's start with the big one. The latest big SteamOS update actually broke a lot of Decky plugins. I had people in the comment sections of my previous news video mentioning this. Now, this happens fairly often with new SteamOS updates. Usually, if you update the exact same day, some of the Decky functionalities are not going to work. But this time, Valve removed several internal features that used to modify the Steam Deck user interface, and that is actually what broke all of those plugins. Plugins like Magic Black, which basically lets you turn off the OLED screen, or Magic Pods Decky, which gives you a ton of features for your AirPods, are now not working, and they are going to throw you an error. And until you disable them, or until you disable Decky entirely, you're not going to be able to load into your Steam Deck. Other plugins like Brightness Bar, Discord Status, they're all affected. There's a bunch of them affected. It seems CSS Loader still works fine, but anything that digs deeper into system and changing the system UI seems to be broken. Now, a lot of these plugins already have updates in the works, and I think they've submitted their updates to the test channel for Decky Loader, so it's a matter of days before this all gets fixed. But it's an unusual error. It's not like usually where Decky Loader itself needs an update. This time, all of these separate developers for these separate plugins need to work on that. So it is going to take a bit longer. This is one of the biggest Decky disruptions that we've had in a while, and it's just a good reminder to take caution when updating SteamOS, especially if you've customized your Steam Deck with third-party apps and plugins. These can always break. They're not intended to be there by Valve, so anything that Valve changes can have an effect on them. So just to be safe, if you want to keep using your plugins without any disruptions, you can wait with SteamOS updates for a couple of days. Usually, if something breaks, people will be vocal about it on social media, so you're gonna be able to find out. Now, moving on to another issue, Steam itself went offline yesterday night on the 7th of October for about an hour, I think a little bit less than an hour. The store was inaccessible. Some people believe that Valve are releasing Half-Life 3 or the new standalone VR headset codenamed Deckard or the Steam Frame, but it wasn't that. It was actually a DDoS attack, and this attack seems to have also affected Xbox, PlayStation, Epic Games, Riot Games. For all of them suffered from similar outages, and that all led to speculation that this could be a part of a massive DDoS attack targeting gaming services. To summarize what is known so far, the servers using the TCP protocol were hit with what's called a carpet bombing attack. Multiple servers across the globe were flooded with traffic that looks almost legitimate. I think the total traffic currently peaked at around 30 terabytes per second, which beats the previous record of 22 terabytes. This was likely caused by a botnet, and a botnet is basically a network of malware-infected devices. Anything that can be connected to the internet, from your smart one to your computer, could have some sort of malware infected in it, and these devices are put together in a network, and these devices can then be commanded to perform the same attack, basically open the same IP multiple times, and that leads to increased traffic. And while it's not confirmed this was likely a malicious attack, to what end we currently don't know. Now, on to some positive news. The Humble Bundle choice for October 2025 has some amazing games that all work pretty great on the Steam Deck. For just €12 or 15 US bucks, you can get games like Atomic Heart, V-Rising, System Shock, Shogun Showdown, Cryptmaster, Caravan Sandwich, and Hotel Renovator. Almost all of them are either Steam Deck verified or Steam Deck playable. In fact, for V-Rising, I recently made a video on it a couple of months ago. I also have a video for Atomic Heart if you want to check those out and how they run on the Steam Deck. I'll have links for those in the description. This is one of those rare months where pretty much every game on the bundle Feels like it's either made for handheld or will run really good on a handheld. And if you've had your eye on any of these games, I think it's a perfect time to add them to your library and probably never play them again, but that's a topic for another video. And finally, DeckSettings, the app I mentioned a couple of videos ago, has officially gone live on Google Play. It was previously an open beta when I first talked about it. Now it's out in full release. You can grab it straight from the store. It's developed by Felix, the same person behind Deck Filter, and it's basically a lightweight companion for Steam Deck users. You can look up any game and instantly see community tested settings from Steam Deck HQ, ShareDeck, and ProtonDB, along with battery life estimates, FPS targets, and even regional price data. It's free, it's fast, and it's focused on giving you purely the info you need before you buy a game or before you decide to tweak a game that you already own for the Steam Deck. The app has already been getting tons of positive feedback, and I honestly think it's going to become one of those must-have utilities for the Steam Deck. I'll leave a link for the Google Play page in the description below. It's expected to also launch on iOS pretty soon, but we don't have an exact date for that. So that's gonna be it for this one. If you guys enjoyed it, consider leaving a like. It really helps out the channel. Subscribe for more Steam Deck news and performance coverages, and let me know if you're picking the Humble Choice bundle and which one of the games in it are you most looking forward to enjoying on your Steam Deck. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.